Hey house guests, welcome to today's Big Brother 16 updates and spoilers. Our house guest of the day is Tim Reno, 72. Hello. And Tim has two questions. First, if I had to decide between shaving my head on the first day and never being on slop, or starting off on slop and staying on it until I won my first HOH, which would I pick? Definitely option number 2. This hair takes forever to grow, and option number 2. So, second question, what additions would I like to see made to the house? I really like your idea of the veggie garden. I think that would be awesome. What else? I can't really think of anything else right now, but I do really like that vegetable garden idea. Alright, so let's jump into it. We got a lot to talk about. So let's start by clarifying some of the awards, rewards, and punishments from the POV yesterday. So, like I said, Victoria won the power of veto, but it sounds like Caleb actually won the competition because it was one of those, like, Dirty Santa ones where you could either pick a new prize or pick somebody else's prize, and it was a soccer theme. So Caleb, instead of taking the POV, took $5,000. Zach won a trip to Germany. Nicole won the German Tard. And along with her little, what's that called? The shorts.
Lederhosen.
Along with the Lederhosen unitard, she has to carry around this giant wiener and a beer stein, which must be filled with either beer or apple juice at all times. So she gets unlimited beer all week. If you're into that, that's awesome. And she's not allowed to share with anyone else. Cody, his punishment is hilarious. Every time Big Brother blows the whistle, which has been pretty frequent, he has to go in the backyard and use this contraption where he pulls on this string and this freaking huge shoe kicks him in the butt, and he has to do it 10 times. Each time the whistle blows. And Brittany, this is rough. This is one of the roughest punishments I've ever seen on the show. She has to make 2,400 goals in 24 hours. Whoa. Alright, so moving on. The guys hadn't really considered what they were going to do if Victoria won the power of veto, because who would have thought that she would win? That's insane. So they're like, who's going to go up in her place? And Cody's thinking, well, maybe Zach or Caleb should go up as a pawn because they won stuff in the challenge. And he's pretty PO'd that they didn't go for the power of veto and they went for the prizes. So Derek is like, no, chill out, bro. We need to put up Donnie. He'll be a pawn and we'll still get rid of Brittany. Derek, not cool. So you want to hear something really sad? Caleb was talking to Amber and he's like, if I had asked you during the POV if you would go to Germany with me and you said yes, I would definitely have taken the trip from Zach. That is like the saddest thing I've ever heard. So she was like, okay, cool. And then he was like, well, you want to go on a cruise with me? She said no. And then he was like, well, I think I'm going to try to trade Zach for the trip. It's just so sad. So Brittany went up to the HOH room finally to talk to Cody, and it was very reminiscent of when she went to talk to Devin after the power of veto when he nominated her. And of course Cody was all, you never talked to me, bleh, I'm in middle school. So Brittany's like, well, I'll forgive you if you stay outside with me all night while I'm working on my soccer punishment, because she's not allowed to go inside. She has a porta potty outside, she's got a cot outside, she needs to stay out there until the job's done. So then she's like, well, what's the deal with Amber? And Cody's like, you know what? Amber is just hanging around me to mess with Caleb, and it's really annoying. So then at that point, Zach goes up to the HOH room to be a tool, and he succeeds. So he's telling Brittany, like, yeah, you definitely have my vote this week, and then he said that he's going to laugh every time she misses a goal. That's hilarious. So he's being a total douchebag to Brittany, and Cody gets pissed. He is so angry. He's like, Zach, that's enough. And then Brittany gets called to the diary room, and Cody and Zach are still up there, and Cody's all like, leave Brittany alone! He doesn't like seeing Zach be so mean to her. So Brittany's penalty punishment thingy started around 7:15 7:50 p.m. So that means that it ends at like 8 p.m. Big Brother time tonight. So a couple of other stipulations. No one is allowed to go and get the ball for her. She has to take care of all that herself. And this girl is like bending over after each kick to pick up the ball. Why are you not like directing it back with your foot? I don't get that. You're gonna kill your back. But anyway, Brittany is pretty much blaming Nicole for giving her this punishment, because I guess Nicole didn't need to take the veto from her and give her this punishment in exchange, because there was no way that Nicole was going to end up with the veto anyway. So it's just like really awkward between those two. Things have been ever since Bedgate. So this is not helping the situation. Back to Cody. He's mad at the world right now. He's angry with Zach and Caleb for taking prizes in the POV competition. He's angry at Frankie for throwing him under the bus to Amber about nominating her. And he's mad at Amber for just being annoying. So you can really tell the guilt is eating him alive. You can see it on his face. He's freaking out. And he knows that Brittany is most likely going home this week. And she also has to do the soccer punishment on top of that. So there was an alcohol delivery last night. Ooh, ooh. They got 2 bottles of wine and 6 beers. I don't think they even finished it. That was for 13 people, and they didn't finish it. Who are you people, and what have you done with the usual Big Brother casts? So, I want to tell you guys about something else that was really sad last night. Some of the house guests were so jealous of the attention that Brittany was getting because of her punishment. Frankie did not even want to go in the backyard because he can't stand not being the center of attention. So he was talking to Nicole, and they were both just like, ugh, I can't even be around that. It's so annoying. So Frankie is also nursing an injury, and he expects to get the attention for that. So Nicole was like, well, my unitard is just as bad, if not worse. Come on, Brittany's freaking toenails are like falling off. Come on. So Christine was like, well, I'm pretty sure if I had this punishment, I would do it way faster than Brittany. So Cody confronted Frankie, and he was like, well, why'd you throw me under the bus to Amber? And he's like, what do you mean, dude? I never did that. Blah, blah, blah. So the conversation turns into, we're tired of this whole back and forth between Caleb and Amber. It's really messing with the whole alliance, and it needs to stop. So Frankie kind of dodged a bullet with that one, but I think that Cody is still pretty TO'd with that. So let's talk about Brittany real quick. She didn't even have to do this punishment, because I think it's pretty safe to say that unless something crazy happens, she's going home this week. She knows that she's on her way out. And the penalty for not completing this punishment is, I believe she wouldn't be allowed to compete in the HOH or the POV next week. So she'd pretty much be like a sitting duck. So she totally could have used that as leverage to stay for next week. But she's like, no, I'm stubborn. I'm going to do this. So she was working at it all last night. She took a sleep break for a while when she reached 1,000 kicks. I think it was around like 3 a.m.-ish. She slept for like 5 hours, woke up around 8 this morning. She is in a lot of pain today. And she was missing a lot of goals this morning. I think the first 200 that she did this morning took like forever. She was ready to quit. I think she said that she had surgery on both of her feet 2 years ago. She has arthritis, so it's like super tough for her. Like I said, she was ready to quit, but Donnie was out there encouraging her and like saying, okay, if you get the next 20 in a row, I'm gonna do like, so however many laps around the pool, I'm gonna do 10 jumping jacks. So he really like motivated her, and it was really sweet to see. And Donnie was encouraging Cody to do something too. He was like, Cody, you should nominate Caleb. And it seems like Cody was like really into it. So the Power Veto ceremony is tomorrow. You never know. I think, again, the guilt is really, really eating him alive. So it looks like Brittany is going to finish all of the goals. I think she has like 200 or so left. She's got a couple hours to go, so I think she's going to do it. And that's awesome. I really admire her for doing that, even though she might not be here next week. But if she is there, her Fitbit score is going to be great. So that's all I have for today, and until tomorrow with the POV ceremony, much love.
Edit.